Spoiler warning, by the way, for the Country Bears. If you want to watch this beforehand, I watched it on YouTube, or you can own it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, maybe just a few weeks. This is the first installment of my TMI series, Too Much Internet, where I basically talk about how I had so much access to television, the internet, basically anything you can possibly think of at a really young age. I thought I would start off pretty innocent with the movie Country Bears. I actually was reminded of this because I found it at the thrift store. So, according to IMDb, based on a Disneyland attraction, the Country Bear Jamboree, this movie is one in a long line of live-action Disney family films. The movie is a satire of behind-the-music rock and roll bands. Barry, a young bear raised by a human family in a world where humans and talking bears coexist, attempts to trace his roots. He meets up with the Country Bears, a long since broken up band, a parody of bands like the Eagles. Barry helps the Country Bears reunite for one final concert while searching for who he truly is. So, this cast, I think the one thing that surprised me the most when I was watching this is that the cast is insane. Like, that guy's the same guy from Glee, right? Dude, why is this cast so star-studded? Is that Elton John? Haley Joel Osment, Christopher Walken, like they had a lot of people. Queen Latifah, Willie Nelson made like a little cameo. How many stars does this have on IMDb? So 4.3 out of 10. So not like the best movie ever, but oh my gosh, people are writing really long reviews about this. CJ says, "Do you think the Bears had to fight for civil rights?" Ryan Daniel says, "I looked back at this movie fondly from my childhood, and I probably should have left it that way. You could even say this movie is unbearable." I'll show myself out. Sharn of the Dead says, "Just bearable." What do I think about this movie? I don't know. On Letterboxd, I gave it 3 stars, which I think is pretty good for, kind of run-of-the-mill Disney movie. And I said, you know what? At least they're cute. I'm sorry. That is the creepiest thing I quite literally have ever seen. I think the reason that this movie wasn't really successful is budget. Like, they had a budget of $35 million and they only made $18 million. And I don't know if I can clip this anywhere, but Shane from Smosh talked about how when he was on So Random, Disney would spend so much money on costumes.
The King's Speech, and it's his stutter and all that. And so instead of just putting a pig nose on someone and letting them do sketch comedy, it was a $10,000 mascot costume, anthropomorphic pig, that we bought. Yeah.
Budget. Either way, So Random was not making enough money to budget another season, and I think that the Country Bears potentially did the same thing where they were going way out of budget. Those costumes, those bear full-on costumes where their eyes are moving, were probably so expensive. Like, so expensive. Not only that, all of the cameos that they got. Elton John? I get it, it's Disney. Someone might have, done a favor, but still, like, that's a lot to spend on celebrities, I feel like. And then that costumes, other than that, I don't think they really went super over budget when it came to set or clothes or anything like that. Like, but the whole costumes that a lot of people had to wear, they had multiple bears, they had at least like 6 or 7. I mean, that's a lot. Not only that, these bears like had to do splits. They were doing like a lot of there are no seatbelts on this boat. That scene in that Robbie Williams movie where he's a monkey and he's like,
"For the next 2 hours, your ass is mine!"
and it's like none of his songs like need this. Like, it's like, what songs do you need to be saying that for? Like, for real, like, what songs? This is like such like a country song, and like these people are doing flips and like going into like the ground. Like, this song didn't need that. Maybe it did at the time. Maybe in 2002 this was wacky. But what? This isn't over, country bears. Can I just say this? You know what? The little brother was rude. He was mean. And I said this while I was watching this too. The brother was so mean. I'm gonna be honest, like, that brother is such a villain. Like, if I had a bear child, like, my cats are my children. That bear is my child. That is a real boy. Like, I would be so upset. Like, that little boy is so mean. He like doesn't care. And his mom is sobbing about their bear like going missing. Like, I would be too. Sorry. Not sorry. Actually, he was mean. Barry is such a sweet little boy. Why? One thing that I would like to mention is that because of these animatronic fursuit puppet costumes that they were wearing, it was very hard to show real emotion. I'm gonna be honest, like, even though he's like, oh, you don't belong here, and like he seems like somewhat upset, and I don't know if it's like the bear costume and like he's not able to really emote his feelings. Like, I don't know how they filmed this. Like, I don't know, he doesn't seem very upset. Like, that looks like a happy bear to me. Like, I genuinely don't think there's a way to emote properly with the costumes. And I, again, don't know how to, I don't know how they did the costumes. I don't know the science. Haley Joel Osment, and maybe this is like they did a face detection thing and that's how they did it. But like, man seems happy the entire time. Like, his facial expressions don't seem worried. And maybe because he doesn't have eyebrows. I don't know. I don't buy it. And, you know, same problem with the Muppets as well. Ah! Here it is. Animatronic bears designed and built by the Jim Henson Creature Shop. I knew it. How can you show emotion when you can't move your eyebrows? This is why I'm sobbing. I'm sobbing. I'm sobbing. I'm sobbing. By the way. Yeah, I think it's more the eyebrow thing, that if you can't move your eyebrows, your emotion isn't great. And so there were some times where Barry was acting. Do you want to call that acting?
Mom, am I adopted?
There were times when I was watching this movie and I felt like they cut out some parts and it just didn't make any sense. Also, I just realized, like, watching this, we're already 13 minutes in, we get the plot of the movie, yeah, blah, 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 blah. This man has not introduced himself to these people. And they're just like, bear child. Bear child. So what happened to the guy? Like, what happened? Like, what happened to him? Maybe I wasn't paying attention towards the end, but kind of felt like it was a little rushed. I don't know. Can I say that about a Disney movie that is like straight to DVD? That didn't even make budget? Like, can I say that? One thing that I really appreciated about this movie, though, was the set design. I think one of the things, the tour bus was so detailed. And you know, you kind of have to be, because a typical tour bus is going to have all of these pictures, all this memorabilia. Same thing with Barry's room. Same thing with the like living room with all of their photos of Barry and the family. I think I like those little details that they did for the movie, just because I probably took a lot of like graphic design and handmade stuff that, you know, again, AI isn't going to be able to replicate things like that. Somebody made all of that stuff. Somebody had to take all of those pictures, and I miss that quality that we have in set design. We're gonna start having set design that's just all AI. All of it. All of it's AI. Yeah, back in my day, they had real pictures in the background, not AI images. Also, no other species is living amongst them, just bears. I like how the audience is like mostly human and like 5 bears because they probably couldn't afford to get any more than that. Like the Muppets, BoJack, etc. has this thing where only a few types of species are the socialized with people ones, even in Wicked, you know? And it's like, well, why aren't these animals anthropomorphic? Budget. And I guess I forgot to mention that the one thing about Christopher Walken's character is that he is the villain. Yes, that is true. He is the villain. Mans has so many sir. I think you're obsessed. I think you're a little obsessed. Like, oh my god, how many did they have to make? That's so tiny. Like, that's why the budget was so much. Besides the furry costumes, but yeah. But the whole reason that he is a villain is because the Country Bears beat him in a talent show contest when he was a kid. Very obvious from the beginning. I guessed it. Sorry. Okay, so we're to assume that this guy is that guy who's a sore loser. Like, I can put 2 and 2 together. Literally called it. I called it. I had a feeling the minute that they showed the flashback that he was him. Overall, I think this movie is still really good. I still gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it a lot, and I don't think the bears are creepy. I don't think they're creepy.
That is the creepiest thing I quite literally have ever seen.
I think they're cute, and I miss when movies had this, you know, quality to them. It feels homey. It feels, you know, having dinner, watching a movie type feel. It makes me feel warm and cozy. Being nostalgic, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that we had something like this again. I mean, we have FNAF, which had the same type of fursuits in them, but not the same homey quality to them. Yeah, I just miss when Disney Channel was Disney Channel. They don't even have it anymore. It's gone. So yeah, do I recommend this movie to everyone? No, I think most people probably think this is creepy. Well, that's it for this, everybody. I'll see you guys next week, next month, in the next few weeks. I don't know when I'll edit this. We'll see. So yeah, bye.